If you like this podcast, then consider checking out the other great podcasts at metalsharkstudio.blogspot.com.
Welcome to a Skyrim Addict podcast where I will discuss my adventures and misadventures through Skyrim. Join me. Add your stories, add your tales. Let's get into this thing. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Skyrim Addict podcast, episode 56. I'm Michael. You may remember me from hosting the show a while back. Host of the Roundtable. First off, before we get into any Skyrim stuff, big congratulations to the man of the Roundtable. Is he a knight? I don't know. Maybe. Is it Algonquin Roundtable? I don't know. But big congratulations to Andrew and his wife on their baby Moses. I hope you're getting sleep. You can tips for when you have an infant and gaming, as I went through that a few years back. When they get to a certain, in that sweet spot after maybe a month or two old, you can really get a lot of gaming in because they're pretty much before they're 4 months when they start crawling all over the place. I'm just guessing months here. My brain was fried at that time, so I don't really remember. But you can get some sweet gaming time in because you're just holding the baby and you just get the controller in your hand and you play. So obviously this would not work for PC gamers who, if you're using keyboard and mouse, that'll be slightly more difficult. However, console gaming or using controller on the PC, you'd be perfectly fine. You could hold the baby, you could rock that baby. If you're watching on YouTube, so I'll do this. You hold the baby and you get the controller like this, and you're just like, yeah, oh yeah, things are sweet. Yeah, awesome. In my 1999 Old Navy shirt. So congratulations to Andrew. Hope everything's going well. It's an awesome thing, and good luck getting sleep. Anyway, so it's been a little while since I had played some Skyrim, actually. Went on vacation. We had a couple of round tables. We had the episode that Andrew and Colin did, which was awesome. Basically saving me because I hadn't played. And I'm kind of liking the once a week thing. And, just making sure there's content once a week and things like that. So if everybody's cool with that, that's awesome. Anyway, let's see what I did. Let me pop up my notes here. So after the last time, I believe I was heading to do Dawnguard, or maybe I had kind of started it. But anyway, I went and headed off to Dim Hollow to grab a Serana. So I think on my way there, I ended up at Frostmere Crypt. I think Frostmere is just north of Dim Hollow, if I'm not mistaken. South of Dawnstar, east of Morthal. Or northeast of Morthal, something like that. So I wander in there. Let me pull up the Pale Lady thing so I can remember exactly what all transpired. Yeah, so I get into Frostmere, and you come across Aisa. She's kind of being attacked or attacking or battling, whatever you want to call. And she has a journal, which you can read. And in Aisa's journal, and I always thought her name, I don't know why, I always read it as Elsa. Maybe it's like a Frozen thing, but Aisa is Aisa, E-I-S-A. She just kind of goes through how she had left one bandit gang and kind of stumbled upon Rajir, or whatever his name is, and then joined up with Kier, who you find his journal a little later on. So you get that little backstory of what was going there, and then Rajir is he's seeing the Pale Lady, and he thinks the Pale Lady's coming for them, and Elsa is like, oh, he's just kind of crazy. Well, maybe he is, maybe he isn't. So as you go through, you know, your let's see, Frostmere Crypt. I'm trying to remember. Oh, you got to lower some drawbridges, battle some bandits, normal stuff. Um, you get into this other section, and it's like a grove inside, almost like a giant cave with a grove inside, and you see Rajir all. I guess I'm saying his name right. Rajir is all the way up at some altar, and here comes this Wisp Mother. And I think you can save Rajir if you're super fast. I did not. He died. That was sad for him. But I ended up because I'm using the bound bow still. So I took I've upped my level to, I believe, legendary, because the bound bow was getting too strong. It's either legendary or the one right below that. What's that, master? I'm not sure which. I think I bumped it to legendary maybe after this then. But I know it was at least at master at this one, because the bow was just getting too strong and I was one-shotting everything and it was getting a little tedious. But yeah, so the pale lady pops up, and I think it took like 3 shots to get her, but I was far enough away where, she had split into 3, and then you got to kill the one that's the real one, and all that stuff. You hit the other ones, they just kind of blow up as you hit them. But so you get that, and then you're up getting the pale blade, which is I forget what the enchantments have on it. I'll look that up in a second. But so what I did not know when I was looking this up is that you can recharge the pale blade at Frostmere Crypt anytime you want. All you got to do is bring the pale blade back and put it on the altar, recharge, and pick it back up. I never knew that happened. That's pretty awesome. So that's pretty cool. Oh, and also Elsa, Jesus, Aisa and Rajir were a part of Hajavar's Iron Hand gang, and they mutinied and escaped. And I guess you find that in his journal. I actually did a little reading on these. I didn't have as much playing time as I'd liked, so I wanted to kind of get a little backstory on them. Yeah, so I didn't know you could recharge that pale blade anytime you want it, which I thought was a pretty cool option. So if you do use the pale blade, take it back to Frostmere Crypt. Not that soul gems are that scarce or anything like that, but you know, it's still a cool thing. So pale blade leveled weapon, depending on when you get it. It does frost damage, stamina damage, and weaker creatures flee. So like if you get it, if you're depending on what your level is, if you're level 27 plus, which I was, it's 25 points frost, 50 stamina, and weaker creatures flee for 30 seconds. So if you get to the lowest level, it's 5 and 10. So try and get it when it's higher. But usually, you know what the problem is, when you get things like that when they're higher, they're not as good as stuff you can make anyway. But yeah, that is what it is. Because right now I'm still using the bound bow, but I think I'm gonna go make a bow, even though, because I'm kind of working on smithing as well. So I think I'm gonna make a bow also. But I really like the bound bow. But I've been starting to use my seeker, my conjure seeker, and then elven bow to take them out, and still using the black market, the the Dremora merchant. He's pretty awesome. But so another quick thing on the Pale Lady. If you read the book Lost Legends of Skyrim by Talsgar the Elder, found this up on the Imperial Library, which is awesome. It gives there's a little bit about possibly the Pale Lady in there. And the people of Morthal have told tales of the Pale Lady that wanders the marshes seeking her lost daughter. And they think it's a sorry about that. They think it's somebody named Omriel, a mysterious figure from Ysgramor's heirs. So that's it's great how the lore you can find it in all different places and different books. And I need to take more time reading when I'm playing, I think, sometimes I just I'm going through and I'm killing because that's a good part of it, and doing all that kind of stuff, and you lose some of the nuance of the game, and I'm getting more into that with this playthrough a little bit since this character is not really just diving into storylines or anything. So, continuing on my walk, I also went through Mazin Kaleft, which is that big dwarven ruin up by Dawnstar. That was just also on my way to Dim Hollow. It was prior to Dim Hollow. That's just a nice little bandit crawl and also some dwarven stuff in there. And of course, you get the spiders and spheres, etc., etc. And also the Falmer. You get in the Mazin Kaleft depths, and I think it's part of a larger quest line that I don't recall off the top of my head. But there's this, Centauri and all that kind of stuff. But I just went through there not as part of a quest, just because I happened to be in the area on my way to Dim Hollow. So I went through Dim Hollow. I'll deal with that. You go in there, you hear the two vamps talking as you go in. There's some death hounds. Kill all them. Go into the main part. You're in this upstairs area. You're looking down over this like circular area. You hear some people talking, more vampires talking. Kill them. You got to kind of move the things around for the fire to get the fire to line up right. And boom, here comes Serana. So Serana comes out, and you're like, oh, she's like, ooh, where am I? Blah, 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 blah. So you take her home. So I take her to Harkins, and I was like, you know what? This time I'm going to play as a vampire because I'm like, this works perfectly for this character. I'm not going into the cities anyway. I don't have to worry about being randomly attacked. But when I'm going into cities, because I'm not going into cities, so I'm going to do the whole vampire thing. So I've been kind of playing with that since then. So obviously, I took the gift from Lord Harkin. He gave me his gift. I accepted it. And then he sent you on a little quest. Garin, he needs you to get this bloodstone chalice. So you hear them like over. You have to go see him, and you hear them over talking. So you head to Redwater Den, which just looks like an abandoned shack, and there's a couple bandits up top, and you'll see there's a door that goes down below. There's like it's like a skooma den, and there's all these skooma addicts kind of lounging about down there, and there's a cage, like a money lender's cage, or I guess it would be a merchant's cage, whatever. They sell stuff in there. So you take care of them, and you fill this chalice with the blood that's flowing from the ground. You come across some vampires. I found it was weird that I was killing other vampires since I was a vampire. But, I did use my vamp power for a lot of it. Once I got inside, I didn't, because it becomes a little wonky when you're indoors. It's so tight, and the Vampire Lord is so big. So I used the Vampire Lord while I was outside mostly. I haven't fed yet, though. I need to do that. I only obtained one perk so far, so need to get a little more vampire playtime in, and need to find some people sleeping so I can feed on them and such. But yeah, so I filled the chalice, and I'm about to head back and let them know. So I didn't get much further than that. But I'm going to continue on with that side of the quest, and apparently they come back together after the Moth Priest part. I forget. I think I've played it both ways, but I don't recall what the differences are exactly. So I'll have to see that. And I don't think I've ever done many of the vampire side quests for like the amulet or retrieve the vampire parts. I think I may have done it a long time ago when it first came out, but I don't recall very much about it. So there's a bunch of vampire side quests that I'm going to hop in on as well. I'll have Durnavir. That'll be awesome because there's no other dragons in the game, so I can unleash Durnavir and kill a lot of people, and no other dragons can come attack me. So that'll be awesome. But yeah, so that's kind of my plan, is to continue with Orange Joyous, who's not going to cities, who's wandering the countryside. I believe I'm like a level 47 now. Obviously, I haven't leveled that much because I haven't played that much, but I think I'm going to take a little time, do a little more smithing, get that up a little bit, and build myself a nice bow with because yeah, oh yeah, I know what I was waiting for. My enchanting's like 94 right now. So I want to get some more enchanting done. I got to go sell some stuff. I got to go around to the Orcish strongholds and sell a bunch of stuff off. Because the black market guy's great because he's got 2,000. So I love selling to him. But that's not always enough for what you have. So I got to go bounce around and sell some more stuff. But and do a little smithing as well when I head over there. Still using Drayla's Cottage as a base. Um, just kind of keep my stuff there. That's all. Nothing. I don't really do anything crazy there. I don't think you can even sleep there actually because you're still technically trespassing. You can't even call the Dremora. You can call the Dremora merchant in there, but he won't sell to you because he says you're trespassing, which is kind of a pain in the ass. So you got to walk outside to sell to him. But you can sell to him like in the middle of a dungeon somewhere, but you can't sell to him in Drayla's Cottage. That's a bit ridiculous, but nevertheless. I also ended up at what's that? Falgarth Tooth. I looked that up because I just kind of wandered in there, and there's like a seems to be like a wolf fighting ring going on there, and I don't know what else is going in Falgarth Tooth. Sorry, I'm looking that up real quick. I just kind of wandered in there. Faldar's Tooth, not Falgarth's Tooth. Dope. I just kind of wandered in there on my way back to Serana. That's over by Riften. It's on like an island. It's not an island. I'm sorry. It's on the side of the lake, across the bridge from a mill. Um. Oh, okay. There's a couple quests related to that, but I had nothing. I had no quest. I just kind of randomly went in there. There's 3 quests related to it. Amulet of the Moon, something for that's something for Kajaro. Arniel's Endeavor, where you uncover some Dwemer secret, which I don't recall that one at all. Retrieval, where you retrieve a random fragment of Wuthrod. So I don't have any of those going right now. So I just kind of wandered in there. There's like a lot of cages and wolves and a pit where they battle. But other than that, just normal. Since I had no quest, it was just kind of a normal ruin. But ooh, dry throat. Sorry. So anyway, some Ben on the Facebook group posted this new mod that's there was a trailer for next year. Let me pull up the name of it. Sorry, I'm doing all this on the fly this morning. I was planning to do a little more yesterday, but I ended up having to work. So okay, here we go. So it's called Enderal. And there was a link to an article on Kotaku. It is fantastic looking. There's like it looks fantastic. If the story is as good as what this looks like, it could really be something. Really could be a special mod, and or almost like DLC size mod. But it adds an entire new world, and let's see, trying to see if it gives a little rundown. Here's a quote from the people. One could say that we try to combine the concept of open world gaming with a complex, profound storyline. Furthermore, we try to merge the strengths of various open world games into one RPG. Enderal is a mixture of the Elder Scrolls and Gothic, added up with a multifaceted and complex story. Enderal comes with a big world filled by tombs, ruins, ancient fortresses, and lots of interesting landmarks to explore. We will also add new features such as experience points, special classes, and talents and set items. So I'm very interested to see where this goes, and it definitely pushes me more to. I am pretty sure I want to switch over to PC. Just a matter of money at this point, like with everybody. So I'm going to continue playing on my 360 until such time as I deem it's fiscally responsible to do so. But so check out that article about it's Enderal, Enderal, There's some great trailers for it, and it looks really fantastic. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think that's all. Whoops, sorry, I just lost where I was. But I think that's basically all I have. I apologize. I'm not in the YouTube chat because so I can't actually say it because my other laptop is upstairs, and I didn't want to bog this one down. It's been running a little wonky. I got to clean it off a little bit. Got a little bit of stuff on it. It's like 5 years old at this point. But so normally I would hop in the chat, and also I'm freezing because it's cold in this basement. But that's all I got for this one. So if you have any feedback, or well, if you have feedback for this show, skyrimaticpodcast@gmail.com, and you can join the Facebook group also, facebook.com/group/skyrimaticpodcast. Obviously on YouTube now also. I don't know the exact link. Search a Skyrim Addict, and you'll see the artwork for the show. That'll be the one you want to go to. As far as the roundtable, if you would like to join the roundtable or anything like that, it's skyrimroundtable@gmail.com. Andrew will be manages all that there. I'm going to look at possibly I'm going to see how we can finagle it. Maybe we'll do the roundtable directly on this channel. That would be fantastic. So I'll get with him on that. Otherwise, there was people have been doing challenges in the group. I want to lay out a challenge because I think if somebody could do this, this would be amazing. And maybe I'll make a character and try and do this. So go through the entire dragon storyline with only 2 iron daggers and iron gear. Possible? I think it's possible. I think I'm going to try that. So that won't be for the next show, obviously, because that'll take me a little time to get through. But I think we're going to start a character, get some iron gear, iron daggers, and try and get through the entire dragon storyline with just the double daggers, iron armor. And obviously whatever enchantments I can do on those. And I'll see what level. Get a little more into that next time. I'll see if I can start that up. And then so if anybody wants to do that, you can email the show, or maybe we'll talk about it on Facebook group. I'm gonna try and do that. And I will do it. Let me think. Should it be magicless? Except for maybe like I would say destruction magicless would be good. I don't think conjuration would be. Well, you got to be destruction magicless, because if you're using 2 daggers, you can't use destruction magic. Duh. But I would say conjuration would be fair, and illusion and alteration, all that such as. Anyway, that's all I got for this time. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And we'll be back next week, or I'll be back next week. What is next week? Next week is the week before the Christmas holiday. So hope everybody's having a nice holiday seasons. And I'll see you then. Goodbye. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? So I'm gonna do this now. I always forget like adding stuff to it, because if I just add the little closeouts in now, I don't have to worry about adding them in later. So that is not what I wanted. And that's all I got. Goodbye.
Metal Shark Studio.
I shut my mic off. Let me turn it back on. I don't even know who's there. Hello, who's there? Let me click on this real quick so I can pull up the chat and say hello to the one person that joined me on this Sunday morning / afternoon. What time is it? All right. Well, take care to everyone. Be well. And happy Skyriming, to steal Andrew's phrase.